Hello everyone. Today I've got my two Telecasters here. I've recently installed Texas Specials in my American Tele, just like I have in my Mexican Tele. The reason why is I got a comment on YouTube. In the comment it says, the composition of the guitars vary and there are different tonal variations. To start, Tele model straight off the assembly line will sound different, both having the same pickups. Very difficult to get a true comparison. You would have to record both guitars with both sets of pickups using the same amp with the same settings. And I said, yeah, you're right, though this does make me want to throw Texas Specials in my Sunburst guitar as well to see how far apart they sound. So I did. And so I wanted to see how far apart two guitars that are pretty similar sound. So basically they're very similar. So they both have the brass saddles with the ashtray bridge. This one's a Fender and this one is a Callahan. Both have CTS pots with a 4-way switch. Both have the Texas Specials. If you're into the wood part, both alder bodies, maple necks. Both have bone nuts that I had installed. They both have the same string tree. I added the string tree in the Mexican Tele later on because I liked it better than the standard one. This has the Fender Mexican Standard tuners, and this one has the American ones. But for the most part, they're really similar. Same, like I said, same pickups. I want to see how close or far apart they actually sound. Since these are the two guitars I compare everything with, I want to see how off of each other they are. So next up, you'll see me in the garage, and we'll see how these two differ or how similar they truly are. was a lot more difference than I thought. I thought it was going to be somewhat closer than it was. But after listening back on Final Cut, this guitar had more top end, seemed to have a little more bottom end, just sounded thicker overall. The Tele, which normally was always my backup guitar, or chilled in the, like if I ever needed to do a combo video with the Texas Specials, I'd bring it out. But to me, when I played it, it never felt thin. But when I played it next to this, it just sounded a lot thinner. So it didn't sound bad to me. It just was kind of like a different flavor. Now, if anyone's seen that Jim Lill video where he tries to mimic his real Telecaster with parts, and he changes up the parts and takes away parts to see what the essence of the Telecaster is. And he ended up at the end of the video having the same, I think it was the volume pod or whatever, same bridge, same pickup. And then he had the strings suspended over nothing. There's no wood. The bridge was screwed to a table. And then he had, on the other side, he had like the same nut and tuners, I think, or something, but he was able to capture with just that. And so the only thing I'm thinking is it's the Callahan bridge is just doing all that lifting. Like the Fender bridge is a really thin, like almost paper thin, like pot metal, or whatever the hell they use. And this is like almost 1/8 inch thick steel, and like that's the only thing. I mean, there's a lot of people who will say like wood and the poly versus the nitro finish and all that other stuff, but I don't know, man. Like I'm not a scientist, and it could be. I mean, but Jim Lill's video, in my opinion, showed kind of like, what kind of makes a big difference, and the wood wasn't really doing a lot of the heavy lifting. And I mean, these have basically the same wood anyway, so it's like I would take that out of the equation. Like the only real difference is the bridge. And maybe someday, not in the near future, I'll replace the Tele with the Callahan bridge, and then we'll do this little test again. But for now, I was very pleasantly surprised. I literally thought they were going to sound a little different, but not that much difference. And now I kind of look back at a lot of my comparison videos, and it's just like, wow, the Texas Specials weren't getting a fair shake, because no matter what pickups I compared them to with this guitar, they would sound brighter, thicker, where on the green Tele, no, they only had they have had the Texas Specials in them for I can't even remember how long, but they would always sound thinner than what was on here. So that's good to, if I ever look back and reminisce and go like, oh, how were those pickups? I can just go like, okay, well, remember, compared to the Texas Specials, they're going to sound a little thicker and a little brighter. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. This was very interesting to me. I was pleasantly surprised, and I hope you have a good one, and I'll see you next time.